What's up, everyone? It's your boy Blue. Welcome back to the channel. This is Kickin' Trips. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I got another fun one for you guys today. These are the Ronnie Fieg ASICS Gel-Kayanos 12.1 in the blue, cream, and orange colorway. But let's be real. Unofficially, these are the Knicks Kith ASICS collab. So with Ronnie Fieg and ASICS closing in on 20 years of collaborating together, and as ASICS is starting to become one of the hottest sneakers in the game, are they just here for a moment, or are they actually here to stay? Let's talk about it. So as always, I'm going to be diving into this sneaker to break down all the details and story behind it, including changing things up a little bit and taking these on a trip with me. But before all that, click that subscribe and notification bell. It goes a long way as far as helping the growth of the channel. Okay, let's go 2 in a row. So for as much as I love to wear my Nikes and my Jordans, I have a lot of love for a lot of different brands, from Adidas classics and collabs to Yeezys to my New Balance collabs that are in my collection. I even have this Puma collaboration in my collection that's probably one of my all-time favorites in my whole collection. And you know, one of these days I'm gonna actually do a video on some of the old stuff in my collection because I really want to talk about the story behind these one day with you guys. But ASICS? Man, I haven't had ASICS since I was a kid. Now granted, back in the 90s, there was like one summer where ASICS became really hot and all the kids were wearing them. And even though I was an Air Max kid and I had like a J here and there, you know, all the kids had them. So of course you want to go get your ASICS. So I remember going to mom and she took me down to like Dr. J's and I was able to get my ASICS for that summer to fit in and feel cool. But come next school year, nobody was wearing them. And honestly, ASICS haven't been on my radar since then. So it's probably been a couple of decades. So I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on when it came to ASICS sneakers. And if I'm actually being really honest, if you'd asked me if ASICS was even still around, I probably would have been like, maybe? But Ronnie Fieg, who founded Kith in 2011 as a small boutique sneaker shop in Brooklyn, New York, and grew it into a global brand that's collaborated with so many major apparel brands, he kept bringing us ASICS collabs over the years, including one of the all-time classics, not just in the sense of ASICS, but just all-time classics in general, in the salmon toe back in 2011. But with Kanye during his peak at Adidas, introducing the dad shoe with the Yeezy 700 Wave Runner, which, if we're being honest, I think we all hated that sneaker, or at least most of us did, including myself. But honestly, he started a wave of dad shoes becoming super popular. And New Balance was super hot for a moment, capitalizing on the dad shoe wave as Yeezys were starting to fall off after the Kanye and Adidas split. But ASICS are so hot right now that it feels like every week or every other week, there's a new collab coming out with an ASICS sneaker. And my kids, especially my oldest daughter, who's a massive sneakerhead like me, my fault, she's been talking and hyping me up, trying to get me into a pair. And I finally caved and was like, you know what? I'm gonna go look for a pair to see what I like. I'm gonna try them out and I'm gonna give them a chance. And with Ronnie Fieg, who's a huge Knicks fan, and Kith, who's collaborated with the Knicks on different model sneakers to clothing and apparel, and even make team-based dinnerware and cups and mugs. And even back in the 2022-23 NBA season, the Knicks collabed with Kith on their City Edition jerseys. And with opening night to one of the most hyped NBA seasons, especially if you're a Knicks fan, I specifically had my eyes on these, so I was on a hunt to try to find these. Now these actually came out this past June, and honestly, they weren't really on my radar at the time. They were a Kith exclusive on their site, and they sold out instantly. And as I'm looking for these now, they're going for almost double retail, which was $180. So I don't know how you guys feel about buying used sneakers, but that doesn't bother me at all, especially if I can get a really good price on these. So I went on GOAT. I started to look for the best pairs that looked like they had the least amount of wear. I put a couple of bids in. I hit on one at a really good price. I got these for like, I think it was 10 bucks over retail all in. I got them in, and honestly, it looked like whoever had these might have wore them like max 3 to 4 times because they look like they're in absolutely perfect condition. I will just say that they came in smelling like flowers, if I could say that, which not that I mind, but that was the only thing that I found. So I had to, spray them up a little bit because They definitely had a potent smell, but more importantly, I got these right in time to bring you all the details. Starting with the box, we have a typical ASICS branded box with Fieg and Kith branded logos on there. The outer toe box has pretty soft silver synthetic leather that has black hits with reflective markers, and the same silver synthetic leather leads up the lace panel. The upper toe comes in that super soft off-white mesh that follows up through the tongue to the top of the tongue that has a nylon overlay with blue colored stitching and a TPU tag that has Kith and in Japanese kanji, with the right shoe translating to friend and the left shoe translate to Kayano. You know I love me a lace swap, and these came with 4 sets of lace options, 2 oval laces, 1 in cream and 1 in white, and 2 round laces that are Knicks team colors with cream laces that have blue and orange hits and blue laces that have white and orange hits. The lateral side has the big ASICS stripes logo in cream color that just has a little bit darker than the off-white that mostly wraps around the shoe and plays well with the subtle hits of silver, blue, and orange. Leading to the heel that has that same silver with the 12.1 model branding, the ASICS embroidered into the heel mesh with the ASICS logo up top on a reflective panel in blue and orange, with blue mesh inner lining with ASICS and Kith branding in orange on the insoles. And this all sits on a cream fluid ride technology midsole. I mean, seriously, who comes up with these names anyway? Fluid ride technology. But it has an orange gel on the outer midsole. So what do you get when Ronnie Fieg and Kith are back at it again with another amazing collab, bringing us an ASICS mashup of 2 older models with his spin on materials and colors, dropping a dime by connecting it to the heartbeat of New York City? You get one happy Knicks fan back in ASICS. And with all that being said, let's change things up a little bit. Let's take these Ronnie Fieg ASICS 12.1 Gel-Kayanos. Let's swap out the laces into the Knicks theme colored laces, which is the blue rope laces on the left that have the orange and white hits. On the right foot, I put the cream laces on here that have the orange and blue hits. Let's head over to Madison Square Garden for opening night, because this is the most anticipated Knicks season since back in the 90s when it was Patrick Ewing, Pat Riley, the hype of those Knicks in the 90s. The hype is back at the Garden, so I cannot wait to throw these on feet. Let's head over to the Mecca of basketball for opening night. Come run through the Garden with me, guys. So where I'm from in North Jersey, the easiest way for me to get into the Garden is to head over to Secaucus, park the car, hop on a train, and it's a smooth ride, only about 13 minutes into Penn Station, which sits directly under Madison Square Garden. And I can't lie, no matter how many times I make a trip into Penn, I get lost every single time. It just looks like a maze to me, no matter how many times I go there. But a couple of escalators up gets us to street level, and then we head over to tracks across the street from the Garden for an adult beverage. And there is nothing like seeing the Garden lit up at night with the sights and sounds of New York City around it. Headed over to the main entrance, and it was packed inside for opening night. Going up the escalators, you could just feel the buzz in the Garden as we're all excited for this season and for a revenge game against the Pacers, who knocked us out of the playoffs last year. And then we get to our seats and see that we got these really cool opening night commemorative t-shirts. And as I think that we can all hear, I'm doing a whole lot of screaming at the Garden for opening night.
Let's hear the ball game. The final score, the Knicks 123, Indiana 98.
All right, guys, that is it for me. Took me about a day or two to try to get my voice back here, but as always, if you like where we're going with the content on the channel, feel free to drop a like, comment, and subscribe. It really does go a long way as far as the growth of the channel. And I want to hear from you guys. I know I'm a little late to getting these in my hands since they came out this past summer. And if you guys do already have these, what laces did you guys end up with? Because I'm leaning towards those cream oval laces as my first choice. These round laces that are in cream with the blue and orange hits are my second favorites out of the 4. What did you guys end up with? Drop a comment below, or if you have any other ASICS that you guys like, some other collabs that are out there, let me know in the comments below, because I definitely want to go check them out. And I wanted to try to catch more footage when I was at MSG, but honestly, it was just so loud. It was so packed in there. And if I'm keeping it real with you guys, I was so caught up in the moment, rooting for my Knicks, screaming my lungs out. It was my first ever opening night that I was just caught up in the moment and I lost track. Doesn't that kind of lead back to what I always say? The moment. Because one thing to chase these sneakers, it's another thing to have moments when you're in them. And for me, having never owned ASICS before, I just wanted to try to see if I can get a pair in my hands and try them out. So I did. And if this is something you guys want to go ahead and add to your collection, buy them. But more importantly than anything, guys, make a moment. Wear them. Catch you on the next one, guys.